News of André Rieu has left fans devastated as his son, Pierre Rieu, says goodbye following his father's tragic diagnosis. The king of the waltz, who spent more than 5 decades bringing classical music to millions of audiences through the Johann Strauss Orchestra, now faces a heartbreaking ordeal for his family and fans. After 75 years of a life filled with passion and timeless melodies, what happened that caused Pierre, who worked alongside his father on many musical projects, to face such an emotional farewell? The original announcement. Fans worldwide worry about André Rieu's health after recent heart attack rumors surfaced. The 74-year-old maestro's health setbacks forced him to cancel several sold-out concerts in the UK, Ireland, Australia, and New Zealand. The situation became serious when 40,000 fans learned their Mexico City concerts would not happen. What first seemed like a severe case of the flu turned out to be more concerning. Doctors diagnosed Rieu with a viral infection of the vestibular nerve. These health issues prompted André's son, Pierre Rieu, to speak up about his father's condition and the Johann Strauss Orchestra's future. Many orchestra members have performed with André for more than 25 years. Pierre Rieu shared some sad news about his father's health and addressed fans' growing concerns worldwide. The celebrated waltz king faced tough choices about his touring schedule due to serious health challenges. Pierre broke the news about his father's medical problems after suddenly canceling 4 concerts in Mexico City. The altitude gain, the jet lag, and a circulating virus were enough to get my father, who is already 74 years old, down. He now needs rest to recover, Pierre explained. Around 40,000 fans had bought tickets for these shows. Several things led to André's worsening condition in Mexico. First of all, the 14-hour flight from the Netherlands, and secondly, the fact that we only arrived the day before the concerts. More than that, it is 7 hours earlier there, so you also get jet lag. The performances took place in the National Auditorium, 2.5 kilometers above sea level, he detailed. You could tell how bad things were from Pierre's words. His legs were shaking, and he was afraid he wouldn't be able to hold on. He stressed that such a decision is not made lightly. He hates the fact that he has to disappoint 40,000 fans. Money was also a big concern with these cancellations. Not only did he have to disappoint 40,000 fans, the crew, 125 people, also suddenly had to go home. The extra flights, returning the money for the purchased tickets, it quickly became a burden. And no, we are not insured for that. Medical details revealed. What started as a bad flu turned out to be something more specific. André had a viral infection of the vestibular nerve, which has left him unable to carry out his tour commitments. This condition affects someone's balance and how they orient themselves in space, making performances risky. Pierre talked about his father's previous health issues. Immediately, we thought whether it would be the same disorder in his balance organs as in 2010, but that was not quite so. André suffers from a viral infection, but not in his equilibrium organs, but they remain a weak spot in his body. Being sick, they can arise again. Safety on stage became a real worry because of this balance problem. We want it 100% sure that nothing goes wrong on the stage. Looking at the situation right now, there is a chance that my father will lose his balance and could fall and hurt himself. That's not an option for him and his audience, Pierre stated. People started saying André had a heart attack, but this wasn't true. A different health issue came up when a Johann Strauss Orchestra member actually had a heart attack, which led to postponing UK shows. It is with deep regret that I have decided to also postpone my concerts in London, Birmingham, Manchester, and Glasgow. André had said about that earlier, unrelated cancellation. Pierre told fans his father expects to make a full recovery. In spite of that, he admitted that at 74, they needed to think over changing the show schedule. We are slowly reducing the number of concerts. A few years ago, we were still at 140 performances a year. Now, we are just over 100. and we want to end up somewhere around 80. What happened to André Rieu in Mexico? André Rieu's happy return to Mexico City in March 2024 turned into a health crisis. The 74-year-old violinist had to cancel 4 sold-out concerts after completing just 2 performances. His body gave in to several challenging factors. Rieu developed an acute attack of flu, accompanied by fever, after his second Mexico City show. His condition got worse faster, making it impossible for him to continue performing. His son Pierre explained how multiple factors hit his father all at once. Altogether, it was just too much, Pierre said about his father's condition. His legs were shaking and he was afraid he wouldn't be able to hold on. This time was different from past shows where André performed while sick. My father has often been on stage with a fever, and normally he doesn't go home with the flu, but altogether this time it was just too much. Mexico City's physical environment played one of the most important roles in making André's condition worse. The National Auditorium sits 2.5 kilometers above sea level. The high altitude challenged the entire orchestra. Pierre noted, "There is simply less oxygen. We have all had a lot of nosebleeds in recent days." People thought it might be a heart attack, but the violinist suffered from an acute attack of flu, accompanied by fever. These symptoms, combined with environmental challenges, proved too much for the 74-year-old musician. The trip back home. Rieu rushed back to Maastricht at the end of last month, where he lives with his wife Marjorie. He needed to recover in familiar surroundings. The refund process started right away, with ticket refunds scheduled for Wednesday, April 3, 2024. Thousands of fans who bought tickets got refunds without the chance of a new moment with their idol. The whole ordeal had a major financial impact. Pierre mentioned that besides disappointing about 40,000 fans, the crew, 125 people, also suddenly had to go home. Costs piled up quickly. The extra flights, returning the money for the purchased tickets, it quickly becomes a burden. And no, we are not insured for that. André started recovering after getting home. He rarely cancelled shows in his career, which made this situation extra tough. It was a hard blow for orchestra leader André Rieu when he had to cancel 4 concerts in Mexico at the last minute. The experience made him think about future touring plans. André told Pierre, "I don't want to put myself through that torture anymore." Pierre was honest. "To be honest, I don't see it happening anymore, so we are playing with the idea of leaving that country as it is." The team originally wanted to reschedule the cancelled shows. Pierre indicated that catching up on missed performances seems to be out of the question. This suggests these might have been probably his last Mexican visit. Doctors diagnose André Rieu with vestibular nerve condition. Medical experts now confirm that what they thought was a bad flu in Mexico turned out to be a condition affecting André Rieu's balance system. This ruled out any heart attack rumors that had been going around. The symptoms hit fast and hard. Rieu couldn't even stand up properly, much less lead an orchestra. Mexico City's high altitude made things worse, as his son Pierre pointed out earlier. This nerve infection sounds scary, but most patients get better. Specialists quoted in reports say, vestibular neuritis usually clears after a few weeks. Rieu's last bout in 2010 took longer though. He needed months of rest and rehabilitation before being given the all-clear to perform again. Doctors who know about this condition say it might come back. Rieu learned from his last experience. No one knows if the virus will reoccur, but as they said, it was brought on by stress. I have changed my life to make sure I work only on what I love. Studies show it comes back in about 5% of cases. This matches what happened to the violinist in 2010. Back then, he had to stop his world tour because of the same thing. A virus attacked his balance nerve and stopped him from touring. Treatment options. Doctors treat the symptoms since they can't fix the nerve directly. They can give medicine for nausea, but there is no drug treatment to suppress the effects entirely. If symptoms stick around, doctors suggest vestibular rehabilitation therapy, VRT. These are very specialized occupational therapy techniques that help a sufferer relearn how to balance. This therapy helped Rieu recover last time. Bill Henshaw, a fan from Perth, Australia, who had the same condition, helped Rieu get better in 2010. Key to his recovery was some exercises that he received from an Australian fan who had suffered a similar infection, his team said. These exercises included specific eye movements, careful head turns, and balance challenges that got harder over time. I received so many letters from doctors, physicians, and fans with suggestions on how to get better. I read them all. It wasn't until I read the letter from Bill Henshaw in Perth and implemented his suggested exercises that I noticed it was really getting better every day. Without his help, I would probably still be desperate for the right treatment, Rieu shared. After getting better, the violinist still does these exercises daily to keep his immune system in check. He knows his balance system remains a weak spot in his body. Official health updates. André Rieu spoke from his Maastricht home to confirm he's alive and recovering. He shared his heartbreak about not performing for fans in the UK/Ireland and Australia/New Zealand. The maestro assured everyone he would make a full recovery and return to these venues soon. His son Pierre has been open about his father's real condition. Apart from the bad flu, there was actually nothing wrong. He added that Dad is now doing completely well again. This statement directly counters rumors about any life-threatening conditions. Pierre mentioned his father's excitement about upcoming concerts, including the Liverpool show scheduled for April 18, 2024. The renowned violinist's love for music hasn't diminished during recovery. André reflected, "During my illness, I experienced firsthand what my life looks like if I cannot do my work. It drove me crazy. I didn't accept that one bit." This shows his determination to continue performing, though his schedule needs some adjustments. How André Rieu's 2024 tour schedule has changed. André Rieu's 2024 performance calendar has changed drastically because of his vestibular nerve condition. This has affected thousands of ticket holders around the world. His health issues sparked baseless rumors about a heart attack and led to major changes in his touring schedule. Fans who were happy to see his performances felt let down. Mexico City saw the first big disruption when 4 consecutive sold-out concerts planned for March 27 to 30, 2024, were cancelled. About 40,000 fans who bought tickets learned that the shows wouldn't go ahead as planned. Rieu managed just 2 performances before his health took a turn for the worse. The bad news didn't stop there. His management team announced they would postpone the entire UK and Ireland tour. This included several arena shows that were set to start at London's O2 Arena. His Australia and New Zealand tour, with 12 shows planned across October 2024, also faced a complete postponement. These cancellations weren't the first time health issues disrupted his schedule. He had previously postponed his André Rieu Live UK Arena tour when a Johann Strauss orchestra member had a heart attack. The whole ordeal led to cancelled shows at Wembley Arena, Birmingham, Manchester, and Glasgow. What started as reports of a simple illness turned into something more serious. The official statement revealed that Rieu has been suffering from a viral infection of the vestibular nerve, which has left him unable to carry out his tour commitments. This diagnosis put to rest rumors about a heart attack and explained why so many shows had to be cancelled. Fans worried about André Rieu's 2024 performances still have some hope through careful rescheduling plans. The management team has started working on new dates, saying, "We are already working to reschedule the concerts." Pierre Rieu made it clear that any rescheduled Mexico shows will not be before 2025. The organization knows how to handle postponed shows. They've done it before. The delayed UK arena shows from a previous tour got new dates. Wembley Arena moved to March 6 to 7, 2017, while Manchester, Birmingham, Nottingham, and Glasgow shows shifted to March 21 to 24, 2017. Pierre has mentioned they are slowly reducing the number of concerts. This hints that future tours might have fewer shows even after Rieu recovers, especially in places that need lots of travel time. André Rieu's organization has set up clear steps to get refunds for cancelled shows. For Mexico cancellations, they announced, tickets will be refunded starting Wednesday, April 3, 2024, at the points of sale where the purchase was made. When shows get postponed, all tickets will be honored for the new dates. This means that ticket holders can use their existing tickets when the shows are rescheduled. People who can't make it to the new dates can still get their money back. The organization's terms state that if the event is cancelled by ARP due to or in connection with a situation of force majeure, ARP will only be obliged to refund the amount paid by the customer. To get a refund, you need to show a valid and undamaged admission ticket to the cancelled event at this advance sales outlet within 12 weeks of the date of the planned but cancelled event. The fine print says that no service or administration costs will be refunded. The standard refund policy has a time limit too. Our refund and returns policy